Okay, so this is my Raspberry Pi 5 installing all of the cores of Retropie, and it's definitely taken a while. I started it at 10 o'clock last night, it's 8 AM the next day, and it's still doing it. But we'll come back when this bit's finished because I think we're going to get quite a lot of errors, but we'll see what runs. Okay, so this is now 16 hours later, still going. Okay, so it's all finished, about 17 hours later. Could not successfully build DOSBox. Residual VM, Java Sanshiro, the Saturn emulator, DOSBox, MAME 2016, DXX Rebirth, Python 2 Dev, Kodi, well that's alright, I've got Kodi separately which works great, Python Pygame, Rasplex, Mare Station, Pegasus is not available for this platform, Python Dev, SNES Dev, and there's a log for more details. Oh, not too many that didn't install. That's okay, I'm happy with that. Right, let's hit back. So I basically did manage all packages, and you can see how you get there by manage packages. So now if I do a reboot, I've got a USB stick plugged in, a Retropie USB stick, basically with the BIOS files and some ROMs on. So let's see what happens. And yes. Okay, so booting up as normal. I put it to auto login so I don't have to put my password in. And we just need to type in emulationstation to launch it. Okay, so let's see what systems we get. It looks like it's putting a load in. I, ages ago, tried to put a ROM of each system in for Retropie, so loads of things are going to show up. So Amiga, Arcade, Atari Jaguar, Atari Lynx, Commodore 64, Dreamcast, I should have a load of games in there, Game Gear, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Nintendo GameCube, Macintosh, Sega Master System, Mega Drive, Nintendo 64, and Nintendo DS, Oric, MS-DOS, ports, PSP, PlayStation, Retropie is for configuration, Sega Saturn, SCUM, Sega 32, Sega CD, Super Nintendo, Wii, Infocom, ZX Spectrum, and back to Amiga. And if we go into ports, just to show you how many things it's installed there, I don't know how many of these work, but you can see there is loads. So let's shut this down and see how big this is, because I think I might make this available as a download. So it's on this 64 gig stick. Let's just boot up KDE Plasma and have a look. I can plug my stick into my hub. And I've been messing around with this KDE theme, which is based on Windows XP, and I really like it. So let's launch gparted. And we can see the drives I've got plugged in. So my OS is on this SSD. This is my Retropie USB stick, which has basically just got a load of ROMs and BIOS files on it. And this is my Samsung Bar 64 gig stick. So size-wise, yeah, 14.98 gig. So I could shrink that down and see if I can upload it to Dropbox. Well, let's see if it's worth using first of all. So let's, oh, and also, yeah, let's just show you the USB stick that I use with Retropie. Now I use this for loads of things. You can see I transfer files over and stuff like that. But basically the Retropie stick is based upon it being in the root of the stick, and it's called Retropie-mount. And when you go into it, it should have all these folders. So BIOS files should go in here, and ROM should go in here. So we pick something like Wii, then all the Wii games show up in here. And that's how it's detected. I like it this way because it means you can download the latest version of Retropie and it just recognizes the ROMs and the BIOS files and all your game saves from this stick. So let's shut that down and boot the stick again. Okay, so no PS2 on here, but the latest emulator we have is Wii, so let's try a bit of that. And first of all, it didn't actually work for me. So I'll show you what I had to do. So press B to start the game, and then immediately press a button again, and you can get to this menu, which is lots of configuration. Now, select default emulator for Wii. The one that works for me is LR-Dolphin. The other two don't work, but it did default to, I think, Dolphin before. So that one needs to be selected, and the video mode I've also selected 640 by 480 for better performance. You can also individually select the video mode for an individual ROM or select the emulator for the ROM, but LR-Dolphin was the only one that was working for me. So let's launch this. So it looks good on the intro, and all the sound seems to be working absolutely fine. Yeah, nice and smooth, no stuttering at all on the audio. Okay, so we have a little run around just to see that it's not dropping frames or anything. Yeah, that's coping very well with that, no problem at all. Sign of the times when games need to load a different part of the map. Yeah, but I can see that's working fine. Let's try the other more advanced system, which is Gamecube. Let's try a bit of Tomb Raider. I haven't tried that for a while. Again, same story. I've set up the resolution, and this is a game that the Pi 4 did struggle to run, but obviously the Pi 5 is much more powerful. We could possibly even up the resolution a bit as well. Let's skip this cutscene. So yeah, that feels nice and smooth. Yeah, pretty decent. Oh, let's pick something up. And if we have a look here, just have a look around, you can see that it copes with the environment well. All looking pretty decent. Yeah, happy with that. Right, let's try something else. So let's try a bit of Jaguar, because that didn't work well on Pi 4. And especially something like Checkered Flag. Let's leave it in its default setting and see what it does. Yeah, this was a bit laggy on Pi 4. Am I in as quick as that? Okay, wrong button start. Oh, that's fast. Oh, oh crikey. This is obviously very early 3D graphics. Oh, that was bad. It definitely seems to be running at full speed, and yeah, the Pi 4 did struggle with this. Let's try a bit of Dreamcast. So, always a bit of Dave Mirror, but it crashes with Redream. So let's try, is it Rycast in there? Oh, we've got loads in there. So let's go with Rycast and launch. Nope, didn't like that. Flycast. Let's change the video mode as well. Again, 640 by 480. And launch. I'm sure I played this the other night. So Flycast dev. And launch. Yep, that's going to launch. Now, for complete transparency, it's probably worth mentioning that I've definitely had some crashes on this, so I don't think I am going to upload it. And also, most people aren't going to want to install absolutely every single core, and so it's quite a big download because of that. So let's see if this is working. Yeah, the buttons are the right way around as well, which is nice to see. Oh, is that a bit steep? No, that's all right. Yeah, happy with that. That's working fine. I do love this game. And this is the... Actually, one thing noticeable about this is this usually runs way too fast. And this seems to be running at the right speed. It's not as fast as Dave Mirror Freestyle BMX 2. And I've always had it with Dreamcast emulators where it's just run incredibly fast. But this actually does seem to be alright. Yeah, so this might be my system of choice for this particular game. Oh, I was going to try and land in a wheelie then, didn't work. Anyway, you can see that's working and looking pretty decent. I reckon we probably could go at a higher resolution. Oh, I nearly made that. You've got a little gap with the train to jump through. Anyway, let's quit out of that. And let's try with Zombie Revenge. Can't remember if that's a light gun game. Yeah, this looks to be launching. Not sure if it wasn't a bit too flashy on that bit, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
Still following this?
Oh yeah, it's not a light gun game. I like this. This is good. Getting a bit close for comfort. There you go. So that definitely seems to be working fine. I'm happy with that. Oh, someone else is coming up. Anyway, let's quit out of that. And maybe, what else is harder to run? Saturn. Let's try a bit of Burning Rangers. And we still have the option of lowering the resolution if we need to. Now I don't know any of the controls on this. That seems to be jump. And I don't really know what it's supposed to be like, but I have been recommended it as a game. It's supposed to be really well regarded. But it's a bit crazy. But it does seem to be definitely running fast, way faster than it was on Pi 4. And let's try a few ports. And let's try some things I know. Cannonball, outrun engine. Not sure if you have to put various things into this to get it to run, or if it will just launch. Okay, it's not launched. Duke Nukem doesn't launch for some reason, but actually Quake does. And Quake 3 I was playing earlier on. I've got a mouse plugged in because this is much better with a mouse. And this is great. Didn't have to change anything, didn't have to alter anything. It's just in there and working. So let's go single player. And let's just go into a deathmatch. Well, this is it's super fast. Oh, I thought I saw him then. Where are they? Oh, well that was a bit close. So you can see it's not slowing down or anything. Oh, that was a good advantage. Although I didn't take any advantage from it. Oh, is that my head? Nice. Could do with a shotgun, couldn't I? This is too fast for me, but it is great. It's a really good game. And as you can see, looking really nice, moving around really nicely. Is that a shotgun? Yeah, let's give it a go with a shotgun. Come on. That was a good shot. Crikey, the difficulty level is definitely too hard for me. Right, let's quit out of that. And you have to do that by pressing escape and using the keyboard, I guess, because it's a Windows game or a desktop game. And escape again. That takes you back to this interface. Beats of Rage would be worth looking at. What's going on here? A to start game, F to quit game it says. I'm not sure if that's crashed. I think it might. So as I was saying before, I definitely have been getting crashes, so I'm not going to upload this. Now this is the 32-bit build, and I couldn't get N64 to work on the 64-bit one. So let's try it on this 32-bit version. So I basically installed Raspberry Pi OS Lite 32-bit and just installed, not all the cores, but I think I picked all the optional cores and maybe some of the experimental ones. So let's see if I can get Excitebyte to work, because I did try that on the 64-bit version, but I've left it out of the video because it didn't work for me. I've only got one emulator as well, which is interesting. The other one had 4, but none of them worked. Oh, and this is launching. Okay, so we probably have, oh, but it's quit out. Okay, so this looks like it's the same. I suppose I could try it with the lower resolution, 640 by 480, and launch. Yeah, that's working. Okay, so I couldn't get it to work on the 64-bit version, but let's just have a quick go. This is also a game that runs a bit funny on a Raspberry Pi 4. You can play around with settings, but it's never perfect. It does have, oh, in fact, the audio is bad, even on this. Nice shot. So it's early days, and I think it's probably best to wait for an official release. But if you really want to try it and play around with it, then use that method I was talking about earlier on. But I hope this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.